first question, you're really strong in security management, and for us who are aspiring to get into that role, what are some of the skills that you need that you need to do information security management work?
Yeah, great question. I believe that one of the first and foremost things you got to have is great communication skills, because when you're doing security management and it's not as deeply technical as some of the other IT roles out there, especially when you start talking about like security engineer, where you're deep into configurations on a firewall or a router or a switch or something like that. Security management is more about the bigger picture and making sure all of the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, looking at your entire security program as a whole, and then managing the different aspects of it. And so communication is very key, because you're not hands-on, you have to negotiate, you have to talk, you have to communicate with other stakeholders that are actually doing the work, number one. And then number two, communicating with the C-suite and the executives that are actually running the business or running the organization. So being able to translate tech speak to business speak from a communication perspective is very, very key. I'll say number one. Number two, as a security manager, is having the skills to be able to run multiple different projects at the same time, and be able to keep schedules, keep things on a good time, make sure that everybody that needs to be in communication is talking, bringing people in. I love last week when you started talking about this, when you were talking about configuration management and looking at project management. So a lot of this security management, project management is a big piece of it, bringing the full picture together and making sure your projects, all the different tasks and responsibilities and everybody that's involved is all singing the same song. So I'll say those two big things. And then the last thing I'll say is just looking at things in layers. So when you're looking at security, you're not just looking at one aspect of security, like physical or just network security. You're looking at what we used to call defense in depth. Now we're starting to go a little bit deeper, to go into zero trust. But ultimately, it's looking at all the different aspects of security, from even the personnel side, when you're looking at security awareness and people clicking on the wrong things in their emails, right? So understanding security in layers is the last thing I'll bring about. So understanding how to communicate those different risks, how to manage those different technologies, and then how to leverage your communication skills between different stakeholders, talking about different technologies are the key things that I would highlight.
I love what you said about defense in depth and looking at the big picture. That's so true. Um,